All right, Scorpio, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for June 1st through the 7th. My name is Athen. So this week we have a lot of easy aspects, which is very nice. I mean, it's all easy aspects. There's no challenging aspects. Going exact this week with the fast-moving planets. So, of course, like I've been saying with the other signs, it's all about what we make of it. And, there's opportunities this week, but we have to walk through those doors, so to speak. So I'll highlight which areas they are for you in particular. So first of all, we have the full moon here in your sign on the 2nd, on Tuesday, in your first house where you've already had Saturn. So over the past 6 or 7 months, you've had Saturn here, which has been perhaps taking seriously your life. You're maybe stepping into a new level of responsibility. Saturn in the first house is always a time of new responsibility, maturity, so to speak, and taking some things seriously about self here. It's always a professional time too, where you can we think of professional, it's like master professional, that kind of energy of self. And that's been the case when you work hard towards these goals and drives and ambitions that are in your life. But the full moon's here on the 1st. So the full moon's always about awareness. It's always about seeing it very clearly. So in the 1st, over the past 6 months, for those of you who have been putting in a lot of energy and work into your goals, your drives, or anything relating to your ambitions, it can be that awareness time where you can see that, maybe even culmination time if you've been working hard there. Reflecting on these things around Tuesday is certainly in order, and the relationship side of things, because this whole full moon is coming from these new beginnings that you had here in your 7th house of one-on-one connections, all types of relationships. So now also a culmination and awareness point over the past 2 weeks of those things. So around the 2nd, reflect on both self and others, so to speak, very generally speaking, and I think you'll gain a lot of insight and observational awareness about both of these areas in particular. Now, Monday through Wednesday, Mercury will be trining up to the North Node. So all this reflection and redoing, and maybe even uncertainty, that's been the case with the relationship side of things, with Mercury and the Sun being squared up by Neptune last week. Things are definitely coming into more of an awareness, or just back to where they were in awareness, so to speak, with the relationship, one-on-one connections, and partnership side of your life. This is also legal matters too, for those of you who might be involved with anything on that level. So that reflecting, continuing with that, is very supportive this week, especially when you move towards your life path this week, which for all of you Libras, the transiting North Node is in your 11th house. So the life path for all of you is shifting towards, right now, it's a time for you to be moving towards, networking, groups, friends, connecting to causes or ideals and visions larger than self. Anything like that, whether you've been feeling this personally or not, because it's not a personal planet, but it's certainly the flow and the energy put into that this whole year. Up until I think the beginning of December, you will find the flow in that area and just flow in your life path in general. But in either case, this week, very supportive with that. So I would be putting in some of that energy into getting involved with friends, community, networking, whatever it is for you, or your visions in some way. And I think you'll be finding that very supportive with the relationship side of things. I think also in relation to those areas, because Mercury does naturally rule your 11th and the deeper side of life too, the truth, which is Mercury also ruling your 8th house also. Now, around Wednesday, Venus is going to be shifting houses, going into your 9th house of the philosophy, your life path, your life purpose, travel even. All these things that are expanding you, you'll have the opportunity to enjoy over the next few weeks, to say the least. But you've already had Jupiter in your 9th, so there perhaps has been, over the past 7 or 8 months, the opportunity for you to expand on that 9th house level, with your philosophy and things like that, your life path, opportunities coming in through that. So that there, it's already a familiar energy for you, but now with Venus, you can certainly enjoy that. And I think the relationships will be expanding over the past few weeks because she rules your 7th, and also your spiritual side of things, because she rules your 12th, will also be expanding, as you'll notice the shift around midweek, for the next few weeks. Now, Thursday through Sunday, your ruler Mars is going to be sextiling up to Jupiter. So very nice for you Scorpios and Aries, because your ruler is being sextiled by Jupiter here. is always a very nice possibility, sextiles opportunities. And so with all this energy or motivation or whatever it is that you're putting in that energy into with the relationship side of things, very supportive now from Jupiter. So it could be some opportunities there. It can be some, possibilities with new or existing relationships. So this is the second half of the week. I would certainly be, observing that and putting energy into that, as I'm sure you have been already for most of you. But it's also supporting a lot of your own goals and drives because it's your ruler, and also supporting your routine and health and all of that. So I think that's all going to be very nice for you towards the second half. And I would be putting energy towards the life path stuff even more, because Mars is now supporting these possibilities to continue expanding on that level as well. And this is also putting in energy towards the financial or resource side of things this week will be suiting, and your self-expression as well, because Jupiter rules both your second and your fifth houses. Now, Friday and Saturday, Venus is going to be trining up to Saturn. So very supportive now. Again, for the ninth house matters, support. I'm throwing that word around a lot because that's what it is. A very supportive week. But that's going to be particularly relating to relationships. She rules your seventh, and again, these ninth house matters. But this is the kind of energy where Saturn is wanting you to put in some discipline, but the discipline and hard work can come very naturally, very easy with this type of aspect. And this can certainly be, an ability to enjoy these goals and ambitions, anything you're involved with Saturn in the first house. Maybe enjoy communicating, enjoying your home and family over the weekend as well. So all in all, for you Scorpios, I think it's certainly the highlight of the first and the seventh house, the observational awareness of both of these areas in the early part of the week. Then as the week unfolds, Thursday through Sunday in particular, Jupiter sextiling up to Mars is really supporting the seventh house of relationships, ninth house of expansion and philosophy, and then throughout pretty much the whole week, opportunities for you to continue moving towards any goals and ambitions that you've hopefully been grounding and taking seriously over the past many months since the tail end of last year with Saturn in the first. So Scorpio, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringthezodiac.com or if you'd like a personal session, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care.